You're listening to Into the Disappearing, a show about the people who vanish and the quiet questions they leave behind. I'm Marin Blake. Today we're taking you to Chicago, into the heart of the Loop, where one of the most unnerving missing persons cases in recent memory began with a text message and ended with a surveillance gap no one can explain. This is the story of Janelle Corter, a 29-year-old data analyst who boarded the same train home every evening for 3 years, until one day she didn't. This is episode 20, The Girl on Platform 9. It was Thursday, February 17th, 2022. Cold but clear, the kind of day that made you bury your face in your scarf and walk fast from the office to the station. Janelle Corter, a creature of habit, left work just after 5:10 p.m., as she always did. She'd clock out from Core Metrics Group, a marketing analytics firm in a high-rise off Jackson Boulevard, walk the 5 blocks to LaSalle Street Station, grab her usual chai latte from the corner cafe on Van Buren, head to Platform 9 for the 540 Metra Rock Island District Line, bound for Oak Lawn. She was seen on street surveillance at 5:24 p.m., crossing Clark Street. Then again at 5:32, entering the west doors of the station. That footage is grainy, but clear enough. Janelle is in her charcoal pea coat, black satchel over her shoulder, phone in hand. A text she sent at 5:36 reads, "Heading home? Want me to grab anything?" That text was to her sister, Alyssa. That's the last message she ever sent. Security footage shows Janelle descending the stairs to Platform 9 at 5:38 p.m. She stops briefly, looks at her phone. Then she moves toward the bench near the west end, out of frame. That's where the record ends. She's not seen again on any security camera in or around the station. Not boarding the train, not exiting, not walking back upstairs. Nothing. Just one moment, a woman waiting for a train, and the next? Gone.
I thought maybe her phone died or she got on the wrong train. I kept thinking, there's an explanation, right? You don't just vanish on a weekday at rush hour.
The train came and went. No delays, nothing out of the ordinary. Hundreds of commuters boarded. Conductors reported no disturbances, no suspicious activity. By 6:20, Alyssa had texted again. By 7 o'clock, she was calling. By 8:15, she'd driven to the Oak Lawn station, hoping Janelle was just delayed. But she never arrived. By 10 p.m., she filed a missing persons report. Police began their review within 24 hours. They traced Janelle's steps. She didn't go home. She didn't use her transit card again. Her debit and credit cards remained inactive. There were no rideshare pickups under her name, no unusual phone activity. Her Fitbit, synced with her phone, recorded steps until 5:46 p.m., then silence. Authorities searched the entire station, utility rooms, storage spaces, tunnels, even ventilation grates. Nothing. Dogs were brought in 2 days later, no scent trail. And perhaps most unsettling, no one saw anything. Not one commuter could remember her. Not someone who looked like her. Not anyone suspicious. Not even the usual oddity you might expect in a place like that. Just routine. The perfect normal evening. There was, however, one detail. A quiet thread. A janitor working that evening later told investigators he found a scarf tucked behind the vending machine between platforms 8 and 9. Black and gray plaid, similar to one Janelle was known to wear. It had no tag, no ID, no DNA evidence was recovered. It could have been anyone's, but Alyssa recognized it in a photograph. That was hers, she said. The scarf was logged into evidence, but it didn't lead anywhere. The theory that gained the most traction online was the simplest. Abduction. The assumption someone lured her away in the blind spot of the cameras, or someone with insider access used one of the station's private maintenance tunnels. It sounds dramatic, but there's precedent. In 2017, a break-in occurred through one of the old service tunnels beneath the LaSalle platforms, an access corridor dating back to the 1940s, originally part of a steam heating network. It had been decommissioned but never fully sealed. Could someone have used it that night? Police searched, found nothing, but that tunnel remains.
You think you know a place, but these old stations, they've got miles of forgotten space. Some of them aren't even mapped anymore. You go down deep enough, it's like being under a city that doesn't exist.
1 year after Janelle disappeared, a vigil was held at the station. Commuters stopped, lit candles, laid flowers on the bench where she was last seen. Alyssa posted a message on a memorial site. "You are not gone. You are held. Somewhere. Somehow. We haven't stopped looking." There is still a folder on her desktop called Come Home, with every article, theory, camera angle, and timestamp saved and cross-referenced. But no leads, no suspects, just one last moment of presence and an impossible absence. Janelle Corter was 29, 5'7", curly dark hair, soft voice. She loved mechanical pencils, doing crossword puzzles with her dad, and was 2 weeks away from running her first half marathon. She was smart, predictable, kind, real, and she disappeared at 5:40 p.m. in one of the busiest transit stations in the country, with no trace. If you were at LaSalle Street Station on the evening of February 17th, 2022, and saw anything unusual between 5:30 and 6 p.m., call the Chicago police. Someone saw something, even if they don't know they did. Next week, we examine the case of a rural Tennessee teen who went missing after a high school football game, where the last photo taken of him shows someone behind him who shouldn't have been there. Until then, I'm Marin Blake. Stay aware, stay sharp, and remember, disappearances don't always happen in the dark. Sometimes they happen right in the middle of everything.
When the night gets bright and the stars align, we stir up dreams in cosmic time. A little stardust, a little tune, you're mixing it with the moon.